Hey guys, welcome to Make It Dairy Free. I'm Larisha.
I'm Andrew.
And today we are here. We are here.
We're no longer here.
We're no longer here. We are here with a box from Nowhere Bakery. I think this is the first time that we have done a taste test on a vegan brand from Shark Tank that we know is on Shark Tank.
Okay.
I'm already confused in my words.
I had no idea they were on Shark Tank.
I swear, as soon as the camera turns on, my brain is like, haha, no more thoughts. Every single time. Okay, Nowhere Bakery was on Shark Tank. I saw it on a news channel because you're just kind of like, hey, here I am, welcome. You have no idea what I order or what you're about to try.
Nope.
So they were on Shark Tank.
Okay.
They actually got a deal with Barbara.
Mm-hmm.
And so hopefully their business continues to expand from that deal. That's always the goal, I think, of being on that show. Mm-hmm. Correct? You would think?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I told you my thoughts. Just woo.
Okay.
Okay, so they got a deal. We got what is listed on their website as the Shark Tank Sampler. So from my understanding, this is some of the things that they gave to the sharks. That show, the name of that show always seems so weird to me.
Why is that?
Like, you're going into the Shark Tank, and I get it because it's scary, but like at the same time, it seems so intimidating. But maybe that's the point of it.
I'm pretty sure that's the point.
Yeah, I don't know. All right, so let's talk about what is inside of here. We got the 8-pack sampler, which is 2 of, I guess, their top 4 things, or 4 things that they showed. So there's a brownie. There is a blondie. There is the choc chip, which is a chocolate chip cookie.
Does it have like one chocolate chip in it?
There's one in each package.
There's one chocolate chip in each package?
No, like one cookie.
Oh.
And then the candy bar cookie. So this is, from my understanding, a completely vegan company. All of their packages say plant-based, no gluten, handmade, no refined sugar, no dairy, no soy. There is in every single product, as far as allergens go, almonds, right? Yeah, almonds and coconut, and then the candy cookie also has peanuts inside of it. So I guess if you need to be like gluten-free, or you want something that's sugar-free, or obviously dairy and eggs, this would be good, but not necessarily if you have a nut allergy. Know what I mean?
Got it.
All right, so I guess before we get into the taste test part, like, do you have a thought on like anything? Like what you see, your thoughts on like maybe knowing that there's no gluten or sugar or anything like that? Like, are you nervous? I know you're excited because you're taste testing desserts. Okay. But like, does when something says like sugar-free or gluten-free, does that make you nervous?
I don't know if nervous would be the word. I think I'm still pretty optimistic. I'm like hopeful for the fact that it's actually still gonna taste really good. Right. Rather than like, oh, this is gonna, like, I don't go into it with the mindset that this is gonna taste like crap. Yeah. But outside of that, is this only online?
From my understanding, yes.
Okay. Well, I guess that's kind of like cool, but I think it's also like slightly a downside. I'm one of those people that when I want cookies, I want them kind of immediately.
You don't want to have to wait
like 5 days. I wouldn't even
want
to like sometimes they'll freeze cookies or they'll refrigerate overnight, and I'm like, want my cookie now.
You want it like you can
right
make
now.
Cookie dough in 10 minutes. You want the cookies to cook in 10 minutes.
Yes.
That means in under 30 minutes you have a cookie.
Yes.
Yes.
That's how I feel about my cookies. But outside of that, no, I'm kind of excited to see what's going on here.
So I will say that my first thought is, so it comes in this box. So it gets shipped in a box with like ice, like the dry ice little thing. I feel like you keep like rubbing your eyes and stuff. Are you okay?
I think I literally, did I do that more than once?
Maybe you yawned. That's what it was.
Oh yeah, I said excuse me. I'm sorry.
No, but you're like, okay?
I think so.
I don't know. I thought the yawn in my head for a second was like another eye rub, and then you were rubbing your eye again, and I was like, because you get eyelashes in your eyes a lot? Yeah. So I was like, okay, off topic. So it comes in a box with the dry ice thing, not dry ice, but the ice pack, and then like it's in this, and then like each thing is individually wrapped in like a thing in a package. Okay. And so like for me, I'm like, this is a lot of packaging.
Okay.
I'm wondering, like, off the start, like, can we, I guess 2 things. Like, 1, it seems like environmentally it's a lot of packaging.
Okay.
But 2, also, like, in my head, I'm like, okay, you're going to Shark Tank to get a deal because you need more money, but everything is individually wrapped. So wouldn't you technically make more money if you reduced your packaging?
Yeah, I guess you also border the fine lines of, like, maybe something not, like, having a peanut allergy and something not having peanuts in it. If you have to, like, put those together, then that might be a problem. Although it might say may contain peanuts, although it doesn't actually have peanuts. So I don't know. That's the one thing I think of. But no, I agree a lot. If you could reduce packaging, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. The whole reason we're here is to taste test all of this stuff and let you guys know if we would recommend buying it. So is there something that you want to try first?
Let's try this guy. Is this the 4 the same things?
Yeah, these are all the same thing.
Okay.
And we can probably just open one and split it.
Okay.
That way you can have more treats later
Hey.
if you like it. All right, so the candy bar cookie first.
Yeah.
All right.
Is it recyclable at least?
I don't see anything that says it, and it feels that like filmy material that you usually can't.
Probably not.
So this is what the cookie looks like.
It's giving is that like Crumble? Is that the name of that company?
Yeah.
It's giving those kind of vibes.
I love caramel though, so I'm optimistic. Ready?
It smells nice. Yeah.
Yes, it does.
Are you gonna be reading the like what's in it at all or anything?
Beyond the allergens?
Oh, like I thought maybe you were doing each one. I wasn't sure.
Oh no, because they all have almonds and coconut in it, and then only this one also has peanuts.
Got it. Okay, I didn't hear you say that.
So for me, when something, so there's 2 things. One, when something is gluten-free, whether we make it or we're getting it from somewhere, I often feel that it has a very grainy texture. There's very few times that I've had something that I'm like, oh, like I'm shocked that this is gluten-free. The other thing about cookies like this is that, or brownies or something like that, is that when it comes from a bakery, it also often feels very dry. And that's also often because they're like processing it ahead of time, and then it has to sit in a fridge, and then like whatever. I don't get either one of those things with this. I actually like this cookie. I feel like it tastes like a normal cookie. It's very soft, it's very chewy. It has like a great balance of like caramel versus chocolate and saltiness. I'm not used to salting things because you tend to like reduce salt on things. So that was like an initial like, whoa, that's salty. But like, I know a lot of people like that. So if you're one of those people that like salt flakes on your chocolate chips, like you really like this. All that to say, I like this cookie.
Nice.
You?
I think it's pretty decent for sure. I don't know if I'm rating it as high as you are.
Okay.
This is probably more on like a 7 or 6 scale for me.
Okay.
I think it's overly salty. I do like salt on some things, but for me this was like powerfully really infused. And I know salt helps enhance flavor, so maybe it's in there a bit more than usual for that purpose. But overall, I think it's a really good cookie, especially being that it's coming from the bakery and being shipped at the same time.
Yeah.
I think this is better than most cookies I've tasted that have been online and from bakeries. You know what I mean?
I also want to say that it says it's refined sugar-free, and obviously that means it's just not made with refined white sugar.
Yeah.
But sometimes that still gets lost, like the sweetness of something when you lose the refined sugar, but I feel like it's still sweet.
It did feel sweet, but I had a mostly caramel in my mouth for the most part, so.
Oh, I didn't mean to. I stopped breaking this apart because I wanted to show the whole cookie, and then I broke it apart anyway. And then I dropped it.
Throwing cookies in here.
So, oh my gosh, I cannot do this. Ready? We're gonna look at the camera.
I don't know if that matters to them
it
as much.
It does not. This is the chocolate chip cookie. Here you go. Pretty big chocolate pieces. You can also see the salt.
It's like the weirdest shaped chocolate pieces I've ever seen. Not that it matters. Mm-hmm.
My thoughts first or your thoughts first?
You can go.
Okay, so very particular on chocolate chip cookies. For a long time, until we started making cookies like every single week, chocolate chip was not my favorite by like any means whatsoever. So I'm very particular about chocolate chip cookies. I think if you need something that, besides nuts, is allergen friendly, and you don't want to make it and you need like, or a gift for somebody or something like this, this is a good cookie, but it would not be like my go-to cookie over and over again. And if I had a choice on like what to buy from them, I would buy the candy one over the chocolate chip. Your thoughts?
You know I love chocolate chip cookies. If I'm rating this amongst any like normal chocolate chip cookie, I don't think it does a good job stacking up.
Yeah.
If I'm rating this amongst the fact that it's a bakery chocolate chip cookie, again, referencing the fact that it's also online. So getting that made and then shipped is also like a big deal. This is a pretty decent cookie. Again, I wouldn't rate it really high as like a great cookie, but it's pretty good for the considering factors.
Yeah. All right, so this is the Blondie. It isn't giving Blondie vibes to me. It's giving like chocolate chip bread vibes, but we'll see.
It's soft.
It is very soft.
Yeah.
Ready?
Uh-huh.
I'm still getting chocolate chip bread vibes. Versus like
I like this the most.
Out of all the cookies?
Uh-huh. I like it the most. It's really soft. Which I think is really cool.
All right, so the last thing is a brownie. Package, what the brownie looks like. It literally looks like a chocolate version of the Blondie. And then let's try it. Thoughts?
This is hard. I might have to cut it because I'm trying to swallow it first. I don't know why, but that tastes, which is good. It's very fudgy in comparison to the Blondie.
Okay.
So definitely kudos for that. The chocolate tastes a bit darker to me in comparison to like what I would like inside of a brownie.
Okay.
I almost want mine's like borderline semi-sweet, milky-ish. But really soft, really fudgy. Overall, I think it's a pretty decent brownie.
Yeah. To me, the chocolate was a little muted, which is funny because you're like, it's really fudgy and a good chocolate flavor and stuff. But to me, it feels like there's not enough chocolate.
Well, I think you're confusing what I said. I don't think it's really chocolatey.
Okay.
Chocolatey and fudgy, I think, like fudgy's a texture.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying.
Chocolatey is a taste.
Right.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is it's fudgy.
Right.
If I could agree with you, though, that it's not chocolatey.
Right.
If that's what you're saying.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so we're in agreement then.
Yes.
Yes, okay.
I think.
No, I think so too. Okay, so before I tell you the price of these, like what are your overall thoughts? This is hard because obviously you're a baker. And it's so easy for things like cookies and brownies for you just to whip together in 30 minutes. So I understand from your point of view, you likely wouldn't buy something like this because you can just make it. But what is your opinion of it for people who maybe don't like to bake or like baking is like daunting to them? Besides just telling them to just get in the kitchen and experiment, but like, would you recommend buying this for them?
Yeah, I honestly think if you are looking to have I think this is a very niche product. So if you're looking for a product that's going to meet like several needs like this does, which like no gluten, refined sugar free.
Yeah.
Like I think if you're looking for all of these things, I think this is an awesome product for that purpose.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a great product when you think about like a homemade version. I've tasted bakery items before that have tasted pretty good.
Right.
Because I think some bakeries do a very good job at it. So again, comparing it to those, I think it has a little bit of work to do. But I think it's like in a league in its own. I don't really think it's easy to compare. It's almost like trying to say like, you know, LeBron James is a better basketball player than, you know, John Elway as a quarterback. Like they're
not in the same.
They're just not in the same league because of the fact that they meet different needs. They have different like rules. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think it's hard to compare for that matter. But for the league that this is in, I think it's, you know, pretty.
It's up there.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. So I will also add that even though this is like gluten-free and sugar-free and it's not something that we typically like lean towards, I have a feeling that and I know that this is hard and if they're watching this, like I'm not saying this because I think it's easy by any means. Individually, I think if they got them in somewhere like a Whole Foods where it's just like on the shelf as like people are like by the hot bar and stuff like that and they're grabbing lunch and they're like, oh, I want something sweet. And they're like, oh, like I've seen this brand recommended, I'm gonna grab one.
Yeah.
I think that they would do very well in that market because I know all of our videos go back to travel, but like we do have a tendency to do that when we're traveling. Like the girls or us like want something small and maybe there's only a Whole Foods and there's like little like individually wrapped, like Whole Foods always has that like peanut butter chocolate bar, or like the one time we were in Utah they had like mini cheesecakes. Like we do have a tendency to grab stuff like that when we're out and about and like want something. So I think they would do very well in like a market like that.
I think that market may be a bit more vast than you kind of put together, because majority of people at like most of the jobs I was at,
right,
when I did
corporate,
when I did like corporate work, majority of those people did not bring lunch, and I don't know why, because I thought bringing lunch was the best way to save money. You obviously had very good quality food, so and it baffled me all the time. But they would rather not bring any food from home and go out to eat. So in gas stations, going to like local places like Chipotle or something like that. Like if these are items that, excuse me, you can grab and go in any of these type of like places. Yeah, this would be great as one of those items. I don't think it's gonna stack up inside of like a grocery store aisle, chocolate chip cookie. And I don't think the quality will be as great because it's not going to be on ice. It's not going to be as fresh. You know what I mean? But as like a grab and go thing, this would be amazing. Right.
So let's talk about that price. So it was this was for an 8-pack. It was $55 for just a standard pack. Then they added something called root package protection, which didn't even say that was, but like I couldn't X out of that. And that was $1.55. And then shipping it's a flat, no matter how much you buy in the US, was $10. And then they did there was a pop-up that gave 10% off. So total after the discount and the shipping and everything, we paid $60.89 for 8 things. It's your eyeballs. So that comes out to $7 and a little over $7 per item. So per cookie, per brownie.
I don't care how much if I didn't like these. I am going to eat every bit of the cookie.
Yes.
Even the packaging.
Yes.
Might be swallowed. Like what?
But we do these because for us, like we are tasting this so you guys know if you should spend your money on it. And that's a really big deal to us. So we're willing to spend the money in order to help you guys out with that. I was like, this is really expensive. And he didn't even know what I was talking about. He was like, but it's for a taste test, and like that's what we're here for, so just buy it.
Yeah, I mean, the point is helping folks out, right? Like making sure that like we could help answer some of those unanswered questions, because that's really the whole premise of a taste test.
Yes.
Right?
So knowing that, we 100% understand that this is a very expensive product. But if you're looking for something like what we covered already, then maybe this is a good option for you. Obviously, we do understand that not everyone will be even able to afford it, even if it is a good option for you, as far as like you need something that's refined sugar-free or something like that. But maybe you guys can leave a comment and tell Andrew that you need him to create a sugar-free baked good.
Oh my God. Well, this says refined sugar.
Well, yes.
So, I mean, replace any of my recipes with coconut sugar or, you know, maple syrup or something like that.
Which we do list.
You're in good place already.
Right. And that is what's in here. Maple syrup, coconut sugar, and a brown rice syrup.
I didn't even look at it.
Yeah.
And I told you, like, you could taste it in there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And I think that is, like, if I was really getting granular on the cookies, like, we're talking, like, really trying to understand, like, whether this is a good cookie or not.
Yeah.
To me, that's where some of that, like, good taste is lost, because using things like, not so much coconut sugar, but using coconut sugar and maple syrup, agave, like, they have such a distinct taste that, like, all the products taste roughly the same.
Yes.
Across the board.
Yes.
So, like, even though I'm jumping from a brownie to a chocolate chip cookie to a candy cookie to, like, all of them, I can close my eyes and the only thing I can really tell is just like a difference in texture. Yeah, like that's really it.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So just throwing that out there. Like, obviously we're not trying to, you know, ruffle the company's feathers or anything in that nature, but as some clean feedback there that I would think about, you know, some of the options in that way and see if there was something to do. Otherwise, you know what I mean? This is, again, as I said, it's for the market it's in, that niche area. I think I know it's a really, really good option.
Yeah. You said ruffle their feathers, and it immediately made me think of, is that like not a vegan term? Because you remember, what was there's like... I
say a whole lot of not vegan terms, honestly. Like, 2 birds with 1 stone.
Yeah. There's one with a turkey. What's a turkey?
Beat a dead horse.
We're gonna have to coin
something about the turkey skin. What is it? The goose is like cold turkey.
Oh, cold turkey. Yeah, that's what it is.
Like, don't quit cold turkey.
Yeah.
Like, so I say a lot of them because they were just in the vocabulary, but I do always question myself. Like, and I don't even know what ruffling feathers mean in terms of like a chicken or a rooster or I don't know. Can you ruffle feathers on a goat if it had feathers?
I was gonna say, you know, a goat doesn't have feathers, right?
Look, I don't know much of anything about like a whole lot of animal stuff. I know
you didn't grow up in West Virginia like me, but you know that goats don't have feathers.
Listen, I know when I was in West Virginia, like a whole ostrich was at my door.
Oh my God.
Scaring me back into the building.
First of all, that was in New Jersey.
No.
Yes, it was.
No, it wasn't.
You were...
I was in West Virginia. I was going to go to one of my classes. When I walked out of the building, I think it was Sterling was the name of the spot. And I walked out of the building and there was a giant ostrich standing right there next to my car with a bunch of other ostrich friends doing ostrich things.
I don't think there's even ostriches in West Virginia.
I don't know what it is. It was a big chicken.
Okay,
something.
hold on.
It was huge.
Because not in West Virginia, in New Jersey, he was at work one day and he called me and told me there was an ostrich in his parking lot. And I said, I don't think there's ostriches in this part of New Jersey unless someone's keeping them as a pet. And I asked him to send me a picture and he sent me pictures of turkeys. So
look,
I think it's a turkey.
It definitely had ostrich tendencies. Like,
ostriches are like as tall as you.
Okay, and this thing was as big as me too. Like, I was like, what is that? And why won't it go away? And
so someone lost their pet ostrich in West Virginia?
A whole bunch of them, honestly. It was a whole collection of like ostriches just everywhere. Like, I don't know.
So you've had 2 stories in 2 different states with ostriches.
They look the same. They
sounded
the same. I'm pretty sure one said ostrich as it was speaking, the whole nine. Like, again, I've had some run-in with some stuff. And obviously you're telling me this ostrich was a chicken or something like that, but that was a very big chicken. Okay?
I said turkey.
Okay, same thing. Okay, turkey. Rooster. I don't know what it was.
Roosters are the same size as chickens.
Okay, it was scary. That's all you need to know.
City boy.
The only animals I've seen in cities were pigeons. I've never seen a big old pigeon like that.
My cheeks hurt. Oh my God. You guys, I hope you enjoyed that story. If you have tried Nowhere Bakery or you are interested, we will put a link up to their website in the description. And you can go check it out for yourself. If you've tried them, let us know in the comments what you think. We will be back next time with another taste test. I was gonna say what it was, but I don't remember what it is right now that we have coming up.
I think it might be ribs or something like that.
Yeah, so yeah, there we go.
Okay.
All right. I hope you guys have a great week, and I will try to make pictures of different types of feathered animals for Andrew to learn about.
Believe in good. Stay out of the way of ostriches. Peace.